What's good, guys? I need you guys to subscribe to the channel. I need you to smash the like button. YouTube does not support channels like this, so I need you guys to help this channel to grow. I need the likes, comments. If you agree with it, if you don't agree with it, I'm just a person here to share information, to learn and to grow. And I want you guys to leave a comment or like the video or share the video, because YouTube does not like channels like this. They're pretty much anti, actually researching and using your brain and putting out information like that. That doesn't go with the mainstream narrative. So please help out my channel. I really would appreciate it. Thank you for listening, and let's jump into this video. What's good, guys? This is your boy Shamar reporting from Obscure Report. Today we're going to be focusing on the political origins of esoteric universe of Marvel. And we all know that the gradual deterioration of the traditional religions basically was happening in the 1900s. The modern world in general and the West in particular have had to replace prominent figures of the public imagination, like the biblical prophets, Christ, ancient heroes, influential characters from the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the apostles, with new ones. Hence the rise of all sorts of stars. Now, you ever heard of if you guys know who Adam Silver is, the president of the National Basketball Association. Before Adam Silver, there was another president of basketball, David Stern, and he talked about we're gonna build a league of stars. So these stars we're talking about today are basketball players. Like, think about NFL players, but specifically basketball players like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. League of stars, right? Now, the symbolically, we know what stars are. If you flip it upside down, you kind of know what the symbolism of stars means. Anyways. And it goes on to say, self-made men. Anybody that's self-made, you already know nobody's self-made. A new messianic, prophetic, and mythical figures. So these guys were basically, it seemed like gods, or gods themselves. I was looking somewhere and I saw that Michael Jordan is actually a deity. So these guys are worshipped as if they're gods. You know how people always say you're my idol, all this, and stars always say that, movie stars. Anyways, the modern techniques for crowd manipulation and indoctrination, as well as techniques for influencing public opinion, were developed in the United States during World War I to convince the American people, basically the populace, that a U.S. military intervention has some merit, and this is in spite of the fact that the American people were opposed to the intervention of the Eurasian conflict. To this end, April 13, 1917, the White House created the Committee of Public Information. So basically, this is a committee that, with Edward Bernays and the mastermind behind the propaganda techniques, also with Gustave Le Bon, works on mass psychology with those of his uncle Sigmund Freud. So basically, the CPI, or the Committee of Public Information, were made to manipulate the public. The CPI comprised mainly of journalists, intellectuals, and publicists, so pretty smart people, served as a laboratory for modern propaganda through its use of various dissemination channels: radio, written press, so like journals and newspapers, posters. Anyways, let's go forward, guys. Let's go forward. I want to get a little bit more into, so I'm going to skip a little bit. So let's talk about Marvel. In 2014, yeah, right. Marvel movie Guardians of the Galaxy, a character called the Collector provides us with a valuable lesson in cosmogony, all that which relates to the origins of the universe. Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities. Now, this stems back to singularities. If you know anything about singularities, there was a singularity and then a Big Bang. The Big Bang Theory, the evolution. If you don't know anything about the Big Bang actually stemmed from the Catholic Church. uh, and it was by a priest called George Lamont, if I'm not pronouncing it right. I think Lamont. Yes, yes. Anyways, um, which comes from all this stuff comes from Kabbalah. Let me say that right now. The universe explodes into existence, and the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots, infinity stones. These stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength. So basically, they can only be used by people of extraordinary strength. These carriers can use the stone. So think of pagan gods, like Thanos, basically based off the god of war from the Greeks. Powerful deities, basically. So these are the people that could wield it. Now, the six stones, each of which corresponds with the singularity of the universe. And there's six singularities. Remember that. So it corresponds with the singularity of the universe and to a particular power that derives from it. So there's the soul stone, mind stone, time stone, space stone, reality stone, power stone. So all these stones comes from this Kabbalistic belief system, drawn almost entirely from the Gnostic Kabbalistic cosmogony. Holds that the universe was brought into being by divine emanations. So the Sephiroth, or the plural form of Sephirah, a Kabbalistic concept equivalent to the Gnostic ions, which make up what Kabbalists call the tree of emanation, better known as the tree of life. There are 10 different Sephiroths. All of them fall into the two domain categories. Think about that 10 dimensions of the multiverse. The multiverse is something that's used in the Amazing Spider-Man with the Hispanic black in the animated series, the Hispanic black Spider-Man. And there's 10 multiverses, different forms of Spider-Man. Or you think about Thanos with the Avengers, there's multiverses, right? What's it called? The Flash, the new series with the Flash. The multiverses, there's multiple Earths, Earth 20 or 10 or Earth 15 or whatever. All these various different Earths, and there's different there's the same people, but there's 10 versions of those people. So if there's like, say there's 20 multiverses, there's 10 or 20 different me's. Right? I could be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse in each of these different universes, different personalities, right? So that's really where this ideology comes from. It's from Kabbalah, which comes from ancient Babylon. It's a Jewish practice, but it stems from ancient Babylon thousands and thousands of years ago. So a lot of what we're seeing today is Kabbalistic, and the whole idea of evolution comes from Kabbalah, okay? And if you read a little bit more, I'm going to have another video in the future talking about Kabbalah and science and how it's all related. So Kabbalah was definitely way before that. So science, the modern science today, has its founding in Kabbalah. So it just basically Kabbalah is still existing. They just renamed it in a different form and called it science. If you don't know that, Einstein was a Jewish Kabbalist. And that's where your Big Bang Theory and this idea of relativity stems from. The ever-expanding universe, the Big Bang Theory, all these things can stem from Kabbalah, but a lot of this ideology stems from the Catholic Church. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to kind of go over that. And if you want more information about this article, the link will be in the description below. YouTube does not support these types of channels. I want you guys to like the video, share the video with a friend, comment on it, ask any other questions you want. I will greatly appreciate it. Thank you for listening. Please like the video, share the video, and leave a comment. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Peace.